everyone! Yeah, wow! How nice to see all of you! Hello! Hi, Fluffy and Muffin, how are you? Your intro screen is adorable and I love it. Aw, thank you! I actually spent more money than I would like on that intro screen, so I'm very glad you appreciate it. I feel like it goes very well with the music. Yeah, so you know, it was a worthy investment. I'm glad you like it. Yay! Yes, I hope everyone is settling in, okay? It's currently 9:07 p.m. on my end. So those in my time zone should probably have already eaten dinner or are eating dinner, or maybe they're already having like dessert or something. But yeah, either way, it seems like it's a pretty good time. Hey! How's your midweek, everybody? How's your Wednesday? I mean, I understand for some of you it's still Tuesday, but for me it's already Wednesday, and it's technically already the end of Wednesday, so it's 8 a.m. for me. Well then, it seems like you have a wonderful morning and wonderful day ahead of you, Fluffy. Yay, isn't that great? You know you can look forward to a wonderful day. Yay, hi to ya. Hello, good evening to ya. Yay, so glad you could join. Nice, yeah. So today I didn't go to my grandma's house to eat because, well, my father is not having dinner, and well, I kind of want to be back on time for like a few streams this week. So in the end, we just arranged with my grandma that we will go back to eat at her place next week. Yeah. So for now, for today and for tomorrow, there won't be any grandma sheep food. Aw, I'm a bit sad, but you know, life happens like that. I'm at work slacking right now. Ooh, you're slacking! Oh man, I wish I could slack off at work, but you see, this is work, so I gotta work hard to entertain you guys. Hi Bonnie, hello, hi. You know, you don't have to say that you're leaving. You can just say hi, okay? Just say hi. There's no harm in just saying hi, alright? Okay, lovely. Seems like we have quite a crowd here. Woo, I'm so happy, okay? Because today we're finally through with the investigation. The very incredibly long investigation. And yeah, finally we will be launching right into the trial, the first part of the trial. And after all these years, oh my gosh, all these decades, finally we get to see Baroque Van ZIEKS again, okay? Because where there's a trial, there is Baroque Van ZIEKS, as far as I'm concerned, of course. Yeah, so of course, like the homies Inconsistency and Kiko, they might drop by, they might not, but I'm pretty sure they're at least trying to watch. So like, don't be mean to me, or I'll stick them on you. All right? Hi, Miyori. Hello. Hey, so happy to see you here. Oh my gosh, I do see you a lot in my streams. I hope my TGAA streams do not disappoint you. Okay, senpai, I'm sorry if I disappoint you, senpai. Please forgive this kohai. If she disappointed you, sorry, senpai. I try my best, senpai. Okay, senpai, do you notice me, senpai? Do you acknowledge me, senpai? You have to acknowledge me. Okay. Okay, it's fine, I suppose. I guess senpai didn't notice me. I will work harder, senpai. Yeah, but in any case, let us just well, I don't think my mods are coming anytime soon, but either way, guys. Yeah, I suppose we should just whoop. Oh my gosh, hello. Nani? Wait, why is it wrong? Rockalayan, hello, thank you for the raid. Hi, Chrysilbus, hello, thank you. You were playing Final Fantasy? What? I haven't seen you stream for like 10 million years, or is it that I'm just not paying attention? Hi, how are you? How was Final Fantasy? Oh man, it looks pretty cool. Hi Raiders, I am Miyori Shiba VTuber, lover of the Ace Attorney series, lover of talking a lot, lover of lover of visual novels and all the fun things in between. You know, I also like to sing, so if that's the kind of content you like, then I'm sure you would benefit from hanging around, but it's never an obligation, so please don't feel obliged to stay if you don't want to. I think you might be missing it. I see. Oh, I see. Yeah, I have been missing quite a lot of my friends' streams because, I mean, number one, I'm busy streaming myself. Number two, my social energy, my social battery is just at the lowest of low. As you age, your social battery really just takes a nosedive, I tell you. Yeah, but anyway, I've been too tired to game also recently, so it could be that. Oh no, please take care, okay? Please take care. Like, we could always meet at like the next convention or anything, but it's important that you take care of your health so you do in fact make it to the next convention so that we can meet. You get my drift, okay? Please at least make it to the next convention. Work is very important. Okay, streaming is also important, but like, don't push yourself too much, yeah. Can I manage to find you next time? No problem, no problem. I heard that you came by, but we kind of miss each other, which is a bit tragic, but no worries. We could always just PM each other as well. We know we have each other's contacts, so like we could do that instead. But as for meeting in real life, that might be a bit more troublesome, Lamau. Yeah, I hope Final Fantasy went well, and yeah, if you want to hang around, feel free to hang around, but if not, you can go rest and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go lie down. Go lie down! Go lie down, fam, alright? I will talk to you soon. Yes, have a good rest. Hi, Ruka. Hello, Ruka. Thank you. I will do my best as usual. Thank you for the encouragement. Same, I'm still pretty young and I get tired of interacting with people. It doesn't get better, okay? You seem to have like, I mean, I'm speaking generally, but when you're born, you seem to be born with a specific amount of social battery, and then as you grow up, it never grows bigger. It just gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So please ration your social battery well, guys. And when you're young, you can kind of compensate for not having a large social battery with sheer energy, alright? With sheer energy. But when you grow older, it just is no longer possible anymore. So take care of yourself first, alright? The main advice is always take care of yourself first, and everything else will take care of itself later. Yeah. So anyway, if all of you are on the same page as me, then, you know, we could begin with the trial. Are you ready to see Barak, the handsome Barak? And are you ready to fight with the jury again? Because, I mean, certainly I do not wish to fight with the jury, but if it means I can see Lord Barak's instincts, I guess I don't mind, you know what I mean? Yeah, so without further ado, let us move forward and continue with our adventure. Episode 4, The Adventure of the Cloud of Kokoro, Trial Part 1. Let's go. I get to sit by myself most of the time at work, which helps a lot. Oh, does it? I see. I mean, it's good that no one is distracting you from work. It could be worse, you know? It could be someone who's like talking so much that you can't focus on work. 20th February, 9:23 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Mion home to catch Mio's dream. Hi, Kiko. Do your best. No rush, alright? No rush, okay? There's always the thought, and you could always just poke me about what happened. I'll be happy to tell you. Well, I never expected this. Who'd have thought we'll be back here again so soon? We are on a study tour of Great Britain, with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court procedures here, we need as much court experience as possible. Well, yes, I suppose that's true, but for the person in the dock, it may well be his or her one and only time in court, and it could be life-changing. In which case, treating it as research may seem a little crass. Oh, when you put it like that, you're quite right. Good morning! Oh my gosh, his eyes are red. Did he not sleep at all? Like his eyes are visibly red from where I am. Ah, Mr. Natsume. Good morning. Poor man, poor man. Oh dear, are you alright? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot. The early bird catches the worm, as they say here in Britain. Yes, I have heard that expression. But I really don't want to catch a worm. Excuse me. So I tried desperately not to wake up early, but I was so worried I couldn't catch a wink. And now I'm absolutely exhausted as a result. Do all literary people take things so literally? Hey. He does not speak for us literature people, okay? That's just rude generalizing all of us using the example of one overly anxious, like some overly anxious guy here. Oh my gosh, seriously? Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsume. I wish I had 9 lives! My whole future hangs in the balance! I'm too terrified to tremble! You're trembling fine. You're trembling fine in my opinion. Underman, if you're sorry, then don't repeat the same mistake. Same body wouldn't let me sleep well the past 2 days. Oh no, please try and get some sleep. Listen to some cool music or something, yeah. Hi, Pressville Carousel, hello! It's really late at night. It's not that late, it's only 9. I mean, I don't know about your side, but on my side it's only 9, so... The night is really ahead of us. Hi, hello! Thank you so much, as usual. Ace Attorney Gamba! I will gambaru. Really? Because I can feel tremors in the floor. I can't do this, I can't take it! Hello, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. It looked like the opening night of the opera. There were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London. It's 6:48 p.m. here. Oh, wonderful. It's not that late at all. Almost midnight. Well then, you should get to sleep, Pressville. Don't let me keep you up. Oh, neither did I. Do you know why that might be, Miss Osato? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea. But didn't someone mention it before? The fact that they recently established relations, that's why everyone's like eyeing this case. So that all-knowing look on your face is just coincidence then, is it? This guy gives Mr. Crocker vibes. Does he? He's too wimpy to be Mr. Crocker. Don't hide the truth from me! It's because of the Reaper, isn't it? Lord Van ZIEKS? Is that right, Miss Osato? I purchased as many different newspapers as I could find this morning, and yes, Lord Van ZIEKS is on the front page of everyone. I knew it! Oh, welcome to Shibdom Space Hog. Welcome! Hi, welcome! Fairy Godparents. Fairy Godparents is always a fun reference. Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, excuse me, he stopped appearing in court, it seems. It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday. Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? The trial 2 days ago marked Lord Van ZIEKS' return to the courtroom after a very long hiatus. The trial of Magnus McGilded. Ugh, what a harrowing experience that was. I believe that appearance made even greater waves here in the capital than today's. Ooh. I'm happy to see Miyori again today. The neighbor's owner is also cute. Oh, thank you, You're so sweet for translating for me. Thank you. I hope you have fun today as well. Alright. Yeah. But we wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in the country. Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon, for what appears to be a mundane murder? That's the question the papers are asking, and they're all speculating various answers. Mundane? Mundane is the most significant saga of the century to some of us! Oh dear, I meant no offense, Mr. Natsume, but that is how the papers are describing it. Oh, thanks for the hip hat, eh? Well, lest we also forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention. But there's another blatant similarity with the trial of 2 days ago. Oh? Yes, I agree. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, it's you! Me? Well, I suppose that's true. Are? Why did my CC stop appearing? Give me a moment, let me see if there's anything wrong. I mean, captioning is enabled. Are? Why is it not working? Hello? Oh boy, it's not working. Ah well, my captioning seems to have stopped working. At least the thing stopped working, so I can't check my pronunciation with it. That is extremely tragic, but no worries. If you guys can still hear me, that's fine. You guys can still hear me, right? Yeah, you guys can still hear me. I think that's pretty much okay. Alright. Both times, it is you who stands against this legendary prosecutor. It can only mean... Get your friend to the Reaper! Please, I don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers! I'm afraid that there's really only one other explanation. It can only be another example, Mr. Naruhodo, of your uncommon bad luck. Oh Jesus, seriously? I can't believe like freaking Phoenix Wright inherited this from his ancestor. Thanks for that. Oh, this is just my luck. Why must I be represented by a man with such frail fortune? By the least lucky lawyer alive! Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you. Yes, it's true that I'm just a student, new to London with little in the way of experience or skills or luck. But I promise you this. I will fight your corner until the bitter end, and I will believe in you, Mr. Natsume. Oh, benevolent locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume. He's definitely Mr. Crocker. How so? Whatever happens, we will always be on your side. Oh, benevolent non-locum assistant, Miss Mikotoba Esquires. Esquires. I believe. I am in your debt forever! I shall never forget this great kindness for as long as I live. Mr. Natsume, counsel for the defense. The court session is about to begin. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once. I'm gonna run out of voice, like, before the stream is over, Lamo. Alright then, Mr. Natsume, it's time. Let's go. Yes! Souseki is the type of guy who would go on a rampage in a restaurant because he served the tea in the wrong temperature. You're right. And he is like the waiter and he's the one going on a rampage. Yeah, just like Mr. Crocker. I don't see the similarities at all. This is it. My second appearance in a British courtroom. And my second trial against the Reaper. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because this time, I won't let my faith waver. I'll believe in my client to the last. Just like you believe in me. Just like you believed in me. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. February 20th, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey Courtroom. Okay, so we have a new batch of jury people. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is fully prepared, my lord. The defense is ready, my lord. Another fight with ZIEKS. Let's go. More foot slam, glass breaking awaits. Yes, and wine throwing awaits as well. Kia! Where's Sholmes? Who knows? Who's Sholmes? I don't know anyone named Sholmes, huh? Look at this vampire. ZIEKS, sir. The Nipponis are a truly fascinating breed. Sorry, what? Lord Strongheart has told me all about you. That you're a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago, a mere amateur. Do you have a point? Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponis arrogance. Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Susato-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. Oh, look at him, already drinking at the start of this session. Very true, and a most fascinating, if dark, trial it was too. Cosplaying at the court, and now I've seen everything. I mean, that's just how he is, you know? The tragic conclusion came later, of course. Here's to the acquitted and his unfortunate violent end. Hi, White Tiny Fins, hello. Thank you, counsels. I see both sides are in fine fettle. I see, feel free to lurk. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? Spoiler, they're not gonna be impartial. They're gonna be the most annoying people to deal with. Juror number 1, Lo? Hey, you look really familiar. Are you sure you're gonna be impartial? You never know when you might be down on your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone. Well, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I appear. Oh well, not me. What you see is what you get. I'm a peace-loving fella. I'm afraid to say I think it's quite possible that mustached foreigner did the deed. Hey! What are you doing here? Isn't this supposed to be impartial? What are you doing here, lady? Lady! Are you Oppenheimer? No, not like this. Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway. That's juror number 1, Miyori, not fair play. I mean... Eh? Sorry? I didn't quite catch that. No, but juror number 1, isn't he like... isn't he not innocent? And isn't juror number... Never mind, I'm tired of this. It's so sus. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord ZIEKS. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with a rising power in the Far East. The accused in the dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Soseki Natsume. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes, regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, this student is accused of a most sinister act. Ooh, sir! Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. A knife crime? I tell you from bitter experience, those are the worst bloody oaths they are. Can they not bring people who clearly are not impartial? What the hell? Just look at that sallow complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese. Come on, let's get this over with me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3. No. Sorry, didn't quite catch that. Pray, forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in this great chamber. If you're gonna apologize after every time, can you not do it, Van ZIEKS? Like, seriously, you know it's wrong. Stop doing it then. Oh, but his eyes, though, they're beautiful. Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. Excuse me. Your name and occupation, please. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard. Would you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector? The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green. By the way, this trial, in my opinion, was caused by a guy who wanted to be very selfish. It wasn't for that guy, this trial wouldn't even have occurred, I believe. Well, I will figure that out for myself. I beg your pardon, Inspector? Thought to be? Yes, having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. That was 3 days ago now, and she's been comatose ever since. What? So they don't even know who she is for sure? Comatose. I see. But her life is not in danger. Fortunately for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector. Sir, if I could ask everyone to look at this street map. Let's go. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago, at around 5 in the afternoon. It happened on a pavement running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles. It had not long since stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Literally a backstabber, Lamau! Luckily, the young lady's life was spared and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. But being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is a case file with everything we know about the victim so far. Okay, yeah, give it here. Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept the documents as evidence, if you please. Okay, let's... What's of the weapon that was used? Sir, I have that here. It was removed from the victim's back. Ouch, that big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street now. Oof. Oh, hi, Moss. Hello. With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman. Even the scragged-looking Souseki-san, I suppose. A common or garden jackknife, I would say. Rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence. Okay. Shall we take a look at the evidence? Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume? Let's take a look at, like, the court record now. Let's see. Okay. Case file. Young woman rendered unconscious, stabbed into the back. Stout build, early 20s, pavement. Rolly bit. Jollibee? Never mind. East side. Victim. Only one stab wound. Run away. Okay, got it. Oh no! Kiko, no! Let's see. Ooh. Oh, what's this nick here? Well, there's nothing... Well, I mean, the tip looks a bit blunt, but is it supposed to be like that? The tip looks a bit broken off, though. It looks quite a bit broken off. But besides that, I don't see much, actually. Yeah, probably not the time yet, yeah. Not the time. It just looks like the tip is broken off, but I don't know if that means anything or if it actually is broken off. Sorry, my eyes are very itchy. I was writing a fanfic and like I kind of want to continue, but then I remembered I had a stream, so here I am. Anyway, guys, I think this is all for now. Let's just continue. From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have had anything much worth pinching, my lord. I see. Well, in that case, are we looking at some deep-seated resentment toward the victim? I'm afraid I couldn't say. Apart from visiting second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim. Hi. He's like, hi! If theft and grievance had been ruled out as the motive, what reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have had for stabbing the young woman? Yet you arrested the man in spite of that, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way. Ooh. Hey, Rue! You just ruined a perfectly good bottle of wine, dude! Give me a moment, small sheep wants to go out of my room. I'll be back in a bit. You wanna go out? Wanna go out? Wanna go out? If you wanna go out, you better go out now. Oh! Okay, I'm back. Small sheep would be stuck here if I didn't open the door, so I'm trying to be nice, okay? Yeah, I'm trying to be nice. Alrighty then. Oh, you're reaching home soon. That's great, Kiko. Yay! Look forward to you opening this up on your laptop. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery. But your words have soured its hallowed bouquet. Bouquet? What bouquet? Where? You're the one throwing perfectly good wine into the gallery, dude. For it is you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here. What? Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponi student. Yes, sir. We go for the testimony. Mr. Natsume's arrest. As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was an unusually light fog, okay? Visibility was reasonably good and there was no one else about but the victim and the accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Those being a number of old books he had just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to, and we found the bloke to arrest him. Okay. Old books, you say? Yes, my lord. I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime, taken immediately after the incident. Oof. Where's the blood? Woman! Ah, yes, I can clearly see the books to which you are referring. I will take that photographic print as evidence, please, Inspector. The crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record. Let's go. You Nipponese are a spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat. Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Well, Forgive me, Lord Van ZIEKS, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it. What are you doing, Misosato? Do go on. Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, now you mention it. When we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us what had all happened. As I was walking along the accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. A green overcoat. Well, that's exactly what the woman in that print is wearing. Oh my, a photographic print in full color. What will the world come up with next? Well, ideally an actually fair jury, but let's not talk about that, okay? The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean that he's guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. Ooh. There was nobody else there at the time. Just the two of them, the victim and the accused. In other words, there is nobody else who could possibly have stabbed the woman. We're just gonna find out that it's actually like the police that stabbed her, but you know, we're not ready for that, are we? A fact that the accused concedes. It seems this cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance. I have a feeling the one that we need to really dive into is probably the books, okay? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's press this one. You ask for the help of the famous detective Herlock Sholmes to locate the defendant, I believe. Stuff and nonsense. Sorry? That jack in office, that busybody, just comes and sticks his oar in whether we ask him or not. But according to what I have here, Mr. Sholmes was shown to the scene by Scotland Yard detectives. Well, that was nothing to do with me. The lads at the scene must have done it without my permission. Right! I tell him time and again, whenever something happens, send word to headquarters. Then follow your bloomin' instructions. I see. If that meddler gets his hands on any details, we'll all be reading it in Rand's magazine next month. And you can bet your last farthing that I'll be in there too, stripped of all my hard work on the case. Yes, Mr. Sholmes. No, Mr. Sholmes. Aren't you clever, Mr. Sholmes? That's all the thanks I'll be getting. Inspector. If the man is proving detrimental to the yard's activities, perhaps I should step in and deal with him? It appears Inspector Gregson is lost for words. Yes, the Reaper's words carry a lot of weight, obviously. When the Reaper says he'll deal with him, he's dead. He's deady-weddy, people. Anyway, the point is this. That little Japanese bloke's already admitted it. He's admitted that those books all over the pavement at the scene were the ones he bought that day. Really? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? If you're unable to sway the jury during this cross-examination, I'm afraid that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed. Yes, they're sure to find him guilty. So one way or another, I have to expose an undeniable inconsistency in the inspector's testimony. Okay, I think I will have to press everything. I don't seem to have a choice at the moment. A light fog, you say? Well, light for London. You could see the opposite side of the street for once. Not much further though. That's light, is it? Around these parts, yes. Not something I'd expect a Japanese fellow like yourself to know, of course. Ugh. I've heard that London is famous for its fog. But in my country, people usually imagine that gives the city a rather beautiful appearance. Tisk, how quaint. Yes, well, it's not something us Londoners tend to romanticize, as I expect you can appreciate. I see. Dreams dashed. At this time of the year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes you can't even see your own hand at the end of your arm. Indeed, the other day I was very nearly trampled by horses before I could see the carriage they were pulling. Ugh, Susato-san and I should definitely remember to stop, look, and listen. However, on the day that concerns us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. A fact no doubt lamented by the accused. Grayson seems like a weird way to spell gumshoe. Gregson, not Grayson, Gregson. Visibility was reasonably good. How are you able to state that with any certainty? Quite simply, my learned friend, because that is what the witnesses to this crime have told us. Ah, yes, Inspector Gregson mentioned the witnesses yesterday, didn't he? That's right. One of them is a policeman, I believe, from Scotland Yard. It's my birthday today. I've already begun to disintegrate. Happy birthday, Rosalind! Happy birthday! You have leveled up! Congratulations! Woo! Please do not disintegrate. You still have many years ahead of you, okay? Okay, you cannot disintegrate before me at least, okay? I get to disintegrate first, alright? You don't get to do it before I do. You understand? You heard me? Good. That is correct, ma'am. Then we must hear their testimony. The prosecution will, of course, call them to the stand, should it be necessary. But wait a minute! At 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of winter, it would have been dark already. No matter how light the fog might have been, no one could have seen... I'm unaware of the situation on your tiny island in the east. But here in the capital city of Great Britain, all main roads are illuminated in the night by gas streetlights. The prosecution believes there would have been ample light by which to witness the crime. Quite. Here in London, for the first time in history, mankind has completely conquered the darkness. Okay, if you say so, sir. Which means we really need to hear those witness statements. If I could just get through the fog of this cross-examination, maybe we'll be able to. It seems the counsel for the defense is taking stock. Continue with your testimony, Inspector. Oh my gosh, you are insufferable. Out of the blue, stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. From behind, you say? That's right. As you can see from this print. Yes, quite so, Inspector. The handle of the weapon is clearly protruding from the victim's back. And you say this poor woman, Miss Green, remains in a critical condition? Comatose, no less? I'm afraid so, my lord. Yes, she's being treated at Bart's. I was hopeful that she'd come round before the trial started so I could take a statement, but it wasn't to be. Yes, that is indeed a pity. It would have been most illuminating to hear the victim's own account of events. Luck is on your client's side, it seems. But on the contrary, my client has been exceedingly unlucky. Your force of tone is seriously undermined by those disturbingly wide eyes, I'm afraid. Why is it so funny? Hold on. Yeah, I just wanted to like take a screenshot, don't mind. Mr. Natsume's belongings? I think you'll find it's all written there in the photographic print of the crime scene. Oh, is it written? Yes, the 3 books on the floor. That's right, my lord. Second-hand books they were. Irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course. Ouch. Perfectly good books. The accused could easily have carried all 3 books in one hand. Which means... his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example. He's very clever, isn't he? What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume had his hands full with his books. He's managed to close the one avenue of escape we might have had before we even knew it was there. You mean to say that the defendant was holding his belongings as he thrust the knife into the woman's back? That must be what happened, my lord, yes? As being the number of old books he just bought on his way home from a bookshop. Let's see. The defendant apparently visits a second-hand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, so I understand. A shop full of old English literature. By the way, these bookshops still exist in London and they are full of treasure, okay? I got like my Sherlock Holmes... I got like the best of Sherlock Holmes collection for like £2.50, and that's like the stonkiest... That's the stonkiest purchase I got there, and there were like other books for like £2 each, and I was like, ah! If I didn't like luggage space, I would have brought back an entire stack of books, of secondhand books, okay? They were so full of treasures. My one regret from my London trip. Yeah! But in any case, let's continue. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention. The bloke's room was stacked floor to ceiling with those musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. The closest second-hand bookshop to the accused's lodgings is this place here, Bourbon Books. A little place on the corner of Briar Road and Meerschaum Street. As it happens, the accused is currently living in lodgings on the other side of Briar Road at the opposite end. Which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Something like this. Okay. The local map's information has been updated in the court record. Okay. Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home from that particular shop. Mr. Naruhodo, I think that what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance. Really? Yes, I agree. The most important point that the inspector just made being the bookshop's location. I believe it's the location. Let's go. The crucial detail in what you've just told the court, Inspector, is the location of the bookshop. I couldn't agree more. So, where is it exactly? I'm sorry! How you winding me up, sunshine? I just explained that. I got a Mac down and everything. Use red blooming ink and drew the books around. No! The blunder today goes to my little friend. No! Mr. Naruhodo, I would strongly advise you. No! I'm sorry. Give me a moment to look through the... No, it's your books. It's not Bourbon Books. No. Okay. I got it. I think the school is learning things that don't will be used in the real world. That's true. It won't be used in the real. Typical Miyori button. What do you mean a typical Miyori button? Okay, we need to press again. wait, I'm sorry. I think I pressed the wrong one. Okay, okay, we need to press this. The bookshop's name. Let's go. Let's go. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? What? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your former testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Maybe? Oh, well, you know. I mean, yes! It could be a very important clue. You think you want my geography teacher give us a whole essay about the planet? Rest in peace. I did geography, by the way. I still suck at it. Very well, not that I can see it being of any great significance. But please revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector. Yes, sir, my lord. Whatever you say. Could the man be any more sardonic? Sheesh. If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson. What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 second-hand books. And you found that in the accused's room, did you? Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books. Your Books? Y-O-R-E, I presume? Yes, my lord. So Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books. The only important thing to learn is math and the native language. I disagree. I think literature is important as well. Eh? What? Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop? Yes, sir! Your Books is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that... well, it's such a small place. I didn't think the accused would have known about it. But in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it. Yes, for what difference it makes. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. I disagree. I mean, after all, I have the street map here if that might be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, if we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books, it may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true? My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare it may be a possibility. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said? Absolutely. It absolutely could be right. Let's go. Inspector Gregson, where is this Your Books establishment? Well, obviously we looked into that. It turns out that Your Books is just here on the street corner of Meerschaum Street going east. Okay. The local maps information has been updated in the court record. Let's go. I'm dog water at French class. I kinda suck at Japanese, somehow. Hi, Swaggy Star, hello. Wait, Twitch is eating up your chats? I'm sorry, I don't know what's been going on with, like, platforms. Sometimes they just, like, whoo. Hi, Zero, hello. I hope you have a great stream today. I'm at work, so I'll be lurking today. No problem, thank you for lurking even though you're busy. I really appreciate it, okay? Have fun. Have fun, hope work goes smoothly for you. And there you have it, as you can clearly see now. Oh. As you can clearly see now. My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown, the way he regales us with such witticisms. Oof. Ouch, ouch! Van ZIEKS, come on! Be nicer! To your future career in the circus! To your future career in the... Help me, I'm dead. You put the glass down now or I'll put it down for you. I didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here we go. You're really just calling Ryu a clown. I know, right? Oh my god. If the accused was coming home from your books instead of bourbon books, there's no doubt he still would have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. No shots. No shots must be fired at all times. What do you mean? Shots? Really? Yeah. Yes, thank you, Inspector. Allow me to reiterate from my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponese friend. He's really handsome. Wow. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. Ouch! Right. As I suspected, you can't fool me and I don't suggest you try. What did I say, eh? I've had enough of this now. Beg your pardon? Terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that? AFK while learning some stupid word there. I'll never probably use my native language Romanian. I see. Well, it's still good to learn stuff you may never use, okay? Mr. Naruhodo, we mustn't give up. What do you mean? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. Maximum sass must be achieved by the prosecutor. He gotta flick his hair and be like, I'm so handsome. But don't worry, he's already handsome. Herlock. She's absolutely right. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. They claim Soseki-san must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from your books, but... Objection! There's the other way. Go the other way. Right, run, right. Kiko, it is the other way. The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked. Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that... Oh, his finger-pointing animation is so sexy. That route is what is commonly referred to as the long way around. I can't tell. It looks like the shorter way. On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home? Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime. But got it. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home. I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection. What? That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home. I don't believe this! Why is his bowing animation so smooth? Oh my god, sir! I thank you, my learned friend, and suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say you insightful jurors? Welcome to the Shibdom Calgar. Welcome. But even if that is the case, the defense still... What? Bro! I agree with Lord ZIEKS. Wholeheartedly and in every way. Oh my god. Welcome to the Shibdom Calgar 123. Thank you for following me on both platforms. Hey. He needs to bow extra fast. He needs to do his hand motion and then he needs to smoothly put his hand on his chest and like bow really elegantly. Beautiful. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean? We members of the jury are completely convinced now. Very well. In that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court. Yuzai! Yuzai! Yuzai!
Yuzai!
Yuzai!
Yuzai! Yuzai!
Oi! Seriously? What did I do wrong? It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous. Poor Ryu. Dude, it's only been an hour. To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve Queen and country admirably. Mr. Naruhodo? No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of those skills the other way. I have to turn this around. Can't believe you lost, I know, right? Well, I mean, it's a shorter stream for me. I could just be like, okay, peace out, guys, bye-bye. But you guys wouldn't like that, so I gotta continue. Somehow? Those are the eyes of Quarry not yet willing to give up and die. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial. Rights of the defense written into antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquated if you will, but it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with a summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm also familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his uncle's refusal to throw in his alley. Very well then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what ground you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Let's go, baby. You can do this. Time to yeet them against each other. Okay, the jurors' contentions. For pity's sake, that little Nipponese oddity already admitted it himself, didn't he? If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why, it can only have been the victim. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. I really don't care. Can't we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing. Your books, yes. Nice shop, that. But bourbon books? No, not worth a visit. Shh. Those are some pretty darn useless comments. Oh my god. I feel like if you compare Phoenix and Ryunosuke is the more bottom of the two. Phoenix tops, okay? Phoenix tops Miles, okay? You cannot argue with me on that. But like Ryunosuke, he bottoms to Kazuma, alright? Alright. I'm sure we all agree on that. With only minor exceptions, the reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Oh dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for the defense? Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling. If we want to force the trial to continue... Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. Oh god, I don't want to do this. This is hard. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. Yes, my lord. Pew. I just need to keep this trial going somehow, whatever it takes. Come on, Ryunosuke, you can do it. Ooh. Jury examination. Ugh, I hate this. Admitted it. Woman in green, right? Not in winter. This is useless. Okay, I think I need to like press all of them. I need to press them, all right? Excuse me, but aren't you... Yes, that's right. I was in the witness stand myself just 2 days ago. Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face, or the sight of it anyway. How did she die? By the way, she didn't die. She's still alive, actually, so the charge is not murder. If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you? That's right. After the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. And it was all going swimmingly until you started fussing around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute. Sorry? Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. You and me and a young hatter begged as criminals. Well, you know, water under the bridge. Now there's all sorts of rumors buzzing around and the police have been badgering me non-stop. If I could turn back the clock... Well, anyway, I don't know about the hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now. And free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't. Ah, thank goodness. Alright, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind given our awkward history. Oh dear, I wonder what's become of Mr. First now. Pain. You're right that at the time of the incident, the defendant admits to having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. Well, quite. That's precisely my point. Clearly, that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly, that funny little Nipponese man with the disturbing mustache is the culprit. But let us not forget, madam, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Excuse me. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward. Honestly, claiming the woman simply collapsed before his eyes. But if that's a lie, as you're suggesting, do you not think he would have concocted something more credible? Well, I really couldn't say. After all, you are foreign. Who's to say what goes through your funny little minds? Racist. I could tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. I do declare the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated that there was nobody else around. Surely the conclusion is obvious. No one else could possibly have committed this awful crime. If no one else could have done it, the accused must be the man. Really, it couldn't be more simple. The argument is compelling in its simplicity, I must admit. Just a tad bit of racism, just a light bit. Oh well. Oh my, you're too kind, my lord. That went well, for her. Okay, so I don't think it's these two. Okay, let's press this guy. But you can't deny that there are other routes Mr. Natsume could have taken back from your books. I still remember my last job when I got people on the phone asking me to let them talk to someone who speaks English. I'm Scottish. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have laughed, but like I understand that it's a bit difficult to understand the Scottish accent, but nonetheless, you still speak proper and good English. So that was just funny to hear someone be like, "Sorry, it's like this person's Scottish. Could you put me through to someone who actually speaks English?" And you're like, "I'm Scottish." You know? Somehow that's funny. Hi, Mouse. Welcome back. Oh yes, like you drew on the map, you mean? What was it, Calabash Road or something? Precisely. But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not. Well, yes, that's true. And at the moment, there's no proof that shows he did, is there? Well, yes, that's true as well. And as I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he? Huh, you look airheaded, but you're the smartest of the jurors here, I actually think. Well, yes, that's annoyingly true. Oh, we are getting close to our path out of guilty. Oh, we are not getting anywhere close. Oh god. Winter nights are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you want to get home as quickly as possible. Well, yes. Why is all this true? So really, the only thing that makes sense is that he went home along Briar Road. I'm supposed to be convincing you here. I've given it a lot of thought, you know. I didn't just make up my mind on a whim that he did it. I mean, if there was some logical reason why he might have gone the Calabash Road way, it would be different. No, this is important. I am aware this is important. If he says this much, it is important. I'll be happy to reconsider my position in that case. Honest, I would. A reason why Souseki-san might have taken the longer way home. Yes, a good reason. I don't imagine you'll be able to sway this young man's opinion without one. Okay. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. Let's just press her. Whatever is the matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Garadev, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsume his room. The master's wife? Where do you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid. The maid, you understand? She's keeping up that charade. This is going to be awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you'll be selected for the jury in this trial, I mean? Huh, I was told not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial, you see. It was in the letter I received. The instructions were very clear, so I'm afraid I had no choice. I see. Anyway, Mr. Natsume, the defendant takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Yes, that's right. Although he's only been in a little over a week now. And in that time, surely you must have taken stock of his character. Does Mr. Natsume look like the kind of man who would commit a crime such as this? Don't ask her that! Funny how two jurors are against you for personal reasons. They're like, we just dislike you, Lamau. Oh my gosh. I think this just drives home how unreliable the jury is. It's like, it just pisses you off. Oh my goodness me, yes! He's just the sort. What? Spending all his time in that dark and dingy room, sporting the unscrupulous mustache. The man never speaks, and don't get me started on those shifty eyes. All the neighbors are talking about him. I've heard them, you know. People think he must be building a bomb in there or something. Oh dear, poor Mr. Natsume. How could people say such things about him? What's part of the jury selection for the woman? How they selected her is baffling. How they selected the entire jury is baffling to me. He's just a harmless bookworm, nothing more. Well, you just called him a worm, so... Anyway, I better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. She's said enough damning things already. Okay, but you shouldn't make her like... I really don't care. Can we just wrap this up? No, I've got work to be doing. You need to elaborate, sir. You need to work. A man's life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too, and so is my family's. The likes of you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do the wife and kids. Hi, Chillin. Hello, welcome to my stream. Oh, I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs doing. If you're late and the work's taken, it's tough. This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. You're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's a hard slog from dawn to dusk, it is. So, you were out digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just round the corner from where it all happened. By that old bookshop it was. There is my inn! This is my inn! I got it! What? Another coincidence? That's right. Meerschaum Street it was. Meerschaum Street? On the map, Mr. Naruhodo, there are only 3 named streets. Juror number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statements, please. What's the point in that? Can't we just get this business over with now? Please, sir, it's important. Tisk, fine, I'll do it then. On the day it happened, I was digging up Meerschaum Street from dawn till dusk. There we go, I think we have found it. We have found it. These 2 statements are clearly at odds with one another. At odds, counsel? Explain yourself. Please don't point, it wasn't me, I swear. Wait, what? I just want to get this done and dusted. Well, juror number 3. Oh, me, sir? What do you mean? Oh, his walking animation is so beautiful. Isn't technology great? Isn't motion tracking great? I know you guys are seeing it in like 30 frames per second, but on my screen it's 60 frames per second and it's sexy. Oh yeah, baby. Juror number 5's words just now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's been said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsume visited this bookshop to purchase a number of second-hand books. And on the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Meerschaum Street, making it impassable. Which means that the defendant's route home could not have taken him along Meerschaum Street and down Briar Road. Oh, yes, of course! What do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that really, can you? He must have had a good 2 yards or more of the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. You just wish that was Van ZIEKS walking. Whatever do you mean? Van ZIEKS can stay there and just like, you know, bow smoothly and like throw wine glasses. I have no idea what you're talking about, Soggy Star. So the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings. Yes, I suppose he must have. I suppose that must be right, eh? Juror number 3, you said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. But we see now that he had no choice. Yes! My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may. Yes? I don't think in all good conscience that I can say the man's guilty now. Yes, I'll I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. The one smart person in the jury. Oh my god. Let's go, baby. Upsy daisy. Pew! What about you, sir? Eh? Who? Me? Yeah, you're cooking them. I be cooking thing, yo. Well, alright then. If there's a hole in the prosecution's argument, it should be filled in. That's what I say. Okay, that's 2 down. We just need 2 more. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. That was wonderful. Well, we've managed to change a couple of minds at least. It's strengthened our position some... What? Sorry. Yes, and it will prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider the stance as well. They'll be asking themselves if their current leanings are really right or not. Now, if we could just identify one more clue or discrepancy that would make them stop doubting Mr. Natsume. Excuse me. We might be able to tip the balance completely. The amazing accuracy of their no-look shots. I know, right? They just pat and it's like, pew! I'd like to see someone miss at some point. Time for the old man, yeah. Yes, that's exactly what we've got to do. ZIEKS is looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent, by whatever means we have at our disposal. Thank you, Counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. Okay, Santa Claus, please. Sorry? Fold it, you say? Fold what? No, what I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often? I like the old books they have in there, yes? I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. That's my daily routine, you see? Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. And at what time do you visit your books on the day in question? Well, I was picking up books in there all afternoon and it would have been just before 5 that I left. That's my daily routine, you see? Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. Wait, you're wearing a green coat! You're a short person wearing a green coat! Oh, I see now! I see now! Just before 5, you say? Exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about the time? Oh, yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget that day in a hurry. Not after the dreadful time I had. What do you mean? Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and dunked my head. It's always worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. There we go. Knocked myself clean out, I did. I really thought my number was up. I thought my number was up. This guy's hilarious. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road? That's right. I live in Cornpipe, you see. Heading down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books. Juror number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. Sorry? Extremely sick? No, I'm quite alright now. Sir? Stop with your selective hearing. You've changed 2 of the jurors' minds, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, just 2 more to go. Deliver the finishing blow now. It's time to turn the tables here. Wish I knew how to do a Susato takedown. I suppose words have to suffice for now. Okay, let's go. I can pit you against... How do you get there the blocked road though? I mean, good point. I don't know. Good point. That's a plot hole. Those two statements clearly show a flaw in the jurors' reasoning. A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2? Juror number 6? My, whatever do you mean, sir? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. It's not like I was loud or anything. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books and purchased a number of second-hand titles. He then returned home on foot. But the man says he has no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we are well aware of all this. The poor young woman who was stabbed, obviously. Can we really be sure of that, madam? My, whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard juror number 6's account of what happened to him that day. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my! My goodness, you mean? That's right, I'm referring, of course, to hard of hearing juror number 6. Are you really suggesting that the person in the green overcoat whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes was the jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today? That is entirely possible, yes? After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. Well, look at that. My goodness me! Sorry? You need a pee? And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell. On Calabash Road. Therefore, if the person who Mr. Natsume saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh my! You idiot, old man! If you hadn't been so daft to be roaming about there, we would have boxed this up hours ago. And really, what were you thinking wearing such a befuddling coat? What did you say to me? Is it crime for the elderly to walk the streets these days, Is it crime to slip over on the ice? Is it crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat, is it? My lord, I do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but you'd like to change your leaning, I presume? I do declare that I would. I would like to call for a verdict of not guilty. Thank you! And I would too. What? Is it a crime to change your mind, is it? Well, it would be funny if you did the point and suddenly start swinging his hips into a dance. Lol. Just start dancing, baby. Okay, and our job is done. Well, that summation examination has concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. The ayes 2, the noes 4. So the noes have it not guilty, they say, which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue. What is it now, Van ZIEKS? Stop wasting your chalices! Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection? Only to crush it in disgust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. If you want to apologize, please do not keep doing it. Lord Van ZIEKS? It seems I must retract my earlier remark. What do you mean? I mistakenly credited these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful. Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer. Eh? Whatever do you mean? I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed, stalwart juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement which you had excavated, sir? That's right, took me the whole day and they paid me a measly tuppence for it. Now, my learned Nipponese friend, tell me, do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents? Well, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue, no? I feel like Van Zeek's days off is going chalice shopping. I don't know, man. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all. In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor. Would you not agree, my stalwart friend? Eh? Me? Well, I can't say you're wrong, no. What? And did you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the site of your works? Eh? I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time. No coaches would have had a hope of passing anyway, and we just turn any gentlefolk back when they come. Kids just jump right over us all the time. The accused is no gentleman as far as I can see. I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meanderings around town. Ah! Is that true? Is it? The incontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene. There can be no doubt that on his way back to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume walked down Briar Road. Hi Minokalu, hello! Miyori, have you heard about the new planet scientists discovered? They have just recently found that you are my world. Hi! Nice one! Thank you for that pickup line. That's not bad at all. Good job. Anyway, welcome to my stream. Crushed in a single sentence. And old man. Cold man, you can talk! You say that at around 5 o'clock on the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Pray, was there a suspicious-looking Nipponese behind you at the time? Oh, I can't say as I remember. You don't remember? How about a wager, my learned friend? You say it was this old man that the accused saw. But I will lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it. Not like this. Order! Order! Lord Van Zeeks, explain yourself. My lord, if you had such a trenchant argument up your sleeve, why in the world did you not prefer it during the summation examination? I thought he was not allowed to talk during the summation examination. Hi, Miyori, hey. I wanted to give this young foreign student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury is so readily swayed. But my hospitality has its limits, and they have been reached, I feel. Oh! He has stripped, he stripped! So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. What are you talking about? My lord! The prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand. Granted. Bailiff, bring forth the witnesses. Its next witnesses? Mr. Naruhodo, do you not remember? We've been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses to the incident. Yes, I remember, one of them being a Scotland Yard policeman, no less. Is it a corrupt policeman? I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. Alright, no matter who Van Zeeks brings to the stand as his witnesses, and no matter what they say, I believe in Soseki-san. I know he's innocent. And I'll keep believing to the very end, until this battle is over. Come on, come on, come on! Okay. Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court. Basically, ZIEKS decided to flex on you before letting the trial continue. Oh my god, you piece of shit. Constable Rolly Beat. Constable Rolly Beat, sir? Nothing to report on the street, sir? He's asleep again. And I'm Mrs. Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town hero's wife. Rolly's just dead. Goodbye. What's the story here? Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day. No, it was your husband I was asking about. He seems tired. Hardly surprising. Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world. Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Indeed, apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know? They patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check that meters are reading true, and they're responsible for keeping the streets clean and lighting and extinguishing our streetlights. There are a number of items on that list that don't sound much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't just be falling asleep on my feet, I would have collapsed long ago. Fudge. But it goes without saying that policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat. For the London Bobby is a man of honor. He's just perishing. And a man of slumber. On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Mrs. Beat? That sounds like tons of work considering their pay, I know, right? But I guess they don't have much better to do. You know, it's an honorable job and it pays, so it's still not so bad. That's right, sir. Isn't it, Rolly? Constable Rolly Beat, sir! Nothing to report on the streets, sir! What a great witness he's going to be. Very good. I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. You will tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident. Yes, sir! Please be awake. Pain and suffering. What the witnesses saw. It was our wedding anniversary and Rolly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor. Then the other scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at the nearby police box. It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. Rolly and I both saw him as clear as day. Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say. Oh dear, this policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsume at the scene. If their testimony is true, the alternative course of events that you established in the summation examination will be quashed. GG.com. Hi, Zero. Cute sheep voice helps an already stressful day. Thank you for everything. Oh, Zero. I'm glad I can help. Okay, I know it's stressful these days to have to handle life and the unstable economy. So I'm glad to provide what happiness I can. Please stay well, Zero. Is death knell, in fact. Because that alternative was never viable in the first place. What an unfortunate bechancing. And on your wedding anniversary too. Oh, I no! But I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that. Gosh, the life of a London Bobby sounds very hard indeed. Indeed, however, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon. What do you mean by that? I learned, friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. They are testifying under oath that it was, without doubt, the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less. So you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. Except that the man's so tired, his wife has to do all the talking. Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense, commence the cross-examination, please. So we have to prove that they did not see him at all, right? But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas street lamps, would you? We absolutely could! As Londoners of exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know... Dude, your wife... Fam, I'm not your wife, your husband's gonna die! Come on, stop that! Right. The light from the street lamps was more than enough. And my husband already told you that the fog was only light, didn't he? Aha! Yes, and what of the fog? Damn that manhandling, I know, right? We're famous further across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live with it, of course. Oh, it is! When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm. Yes, alright, I take your point. Now, could you stop shaking your husband about? The constant fog makes our eyes very sharp, you see? That's why we can tell you for sure and certain that it was that little Japanese man we saw. Can't we, darling? Huh? What? Ah, yes, it was the accused and no mistake. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the taut mouth, unmistakable, sir. As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. It was Soseki-san they saw running away from the scene of the crime. Okay, we're gonna have to go through everyone, right? That's their entire testimony? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I hate to admit it. But I'm hearing the testimony. 1, 4, and 5, thank you. 1, 4, and 5, thank you. Running away from the scene on Briar Road that day. Yes, I feel the same. So if that's true, where does it leave us? The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony. Oh no! Then what do we do? If Kazuma-sama were here, what are you trying to say? I think he would try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony. What do you mean, somewhere else? Their statement about seeing Mr. Natsume is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you could identify some other part of the testimony which appears to contradict the facts, you might be able to discredit them to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of the day is accurate. Oh, right. Put simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in these statements somewhere. If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable conclusion. Why do I always seem to be so up against it? Because your luck sucks. Anyway, hi Kiko, thank you. No time to change after work, you say? Are you also a member of the police, Mr. Speed? Oh no, sadly not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can't you? I think Rolly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down the ground, doesn't it, darling? I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading back to the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there. Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy. Alright, Tiny Fins, how's the progress now? You can see the progress now. We're still in the trial. Hello, Arcolene. Hello. Hi, hola. How is life treating you? Life is treating me okay, I guess. I've been trying to stream a bit more this week, and like I have a collab planned on Saturday with Mim. It'll be an Overcooked collab. Hopefully, we will try and get good scores there. Mim is a sweet bean, so I hope to see you guys. Chill game. Oh, this is anything. This is anything but chill. Overcooked is also anything but chill. Like, oh my god. But either way, you know, I'll do my best to be entertaining. Is he talking in sleep? This is creepy. Oh no, Rolly. I much prefer you in uniform. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy. I was thinking you're gonna play the chill wailing game? What chill wailing game with your girls? What? What game? Kindly adhere to the point. You're going for a meal after you had finished your beat for the day, correct? That's right, sir. Yes. Although I was fit to drop, to be honest, after spending the whole day on my feet. But policing is my life. Oh, welcome to the Shibdom White Tiny Fins. Thank you for joining us on. Thank you for joining us. I'm not sure if you join on YouTube or you join on Twitch, but either way, thank you. Screams. But seeing them all panic and Overcooked gonna be a spectacle to behold. And I may walk here, the candle stuff. Oh, you mean Sky? Yeah, Sky. I'll stream it again sometime, but probably not with the girls because we have differing schedules. Yeah, and when I play with them, like, oh, you subbed. Thank you for the subbing, my tiny fish. Thank you. Yeah, that one is not walking. That's kind of a flying game, but that's Sky Children of the Light because the new season just started. So I'll try and play a bit more. It's one of those games that if I want to focus on talking with you guys, I cannot play with them because if not, most of my talking will be with like my collab partners. So there's that. Yeah. And the collab on Saturday is only with Mim. It won't be with the girls. So yeah. I was thinking you guys are not too fond of the Sky collabs because it's a bit hard for me to address chat when I'm collabing with the girls. So you just let me know what you think, and then I'll see whether I'll organize more Sky collabs. But policing is my life, sir. As long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and my queen to the end. Oh, thanks for the warrant. What's that now? My warrant card, sir. Prove that I'm a London copper. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all us policemen of our sworn duty. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. Sir! And for such a noble cause, I cover 20 miles every single day without fail and without a grumble. Because I know that the plodding of my boots is all Londoners need to hear to feel safe and secure. So, fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it then? But sir, just on that one particular day I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. B puts up with a lot being married to a bobby like me. I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care. You know, that's kind of romantic. Pain. When the red people are here just to see you bang. Share most choose chatting games. Yeah, those kind of games are more like just chatting. Oh, it's not in my core record yet. Ah, well. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold. If a little over the top, perhaps. Ryu, just if you're jealous of them, just say so, okay? You just say so. Don't worry, you're gonna find your life partner later, alright? Don't worry, you're gonna find someone to top you, okay? I assure you, no problem. Newlyweds do be like that. But they've been married for years. That's still considered like newlywed? At what point do newlyweds stop being newlyweds? And then kindly describe what happened next. Okay. Alright. Okay, 1, 4, 5, I think. 4. 1 to 3 years, I think, considered as newlyweds, is it? After I see, okay. Around there. It seems that the consensus is about past 2-ish years, and they're no longer newlyweds. I see, okay. Was it your husband who went to fetch help? No, I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I am the proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling? Huh? What? Yeah, that's right. I asked Mrs. B to go. That was off duty by that point. But a Bobby's never truly off duty, of course, so I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene. Very laudable, Mr. B. Preserving the scene of a crime is a task of considerable importance. Forever newlywed. I don't think that's... That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told her where to find the right police box. Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box? Depends on the crime's location, you see, as to who deals with it. Where the woman was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat. So I told Patricia the way to the police box for the beat the incident fell under so she could go and report it. I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the Bobby on duty. There is nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know. And thanks to your swift response, the case was quickly resolved. The actions of 2 model citizens. Oh please, you're making us blush, isn't he, darling? Yes, sir! What Patricia said, sir! Let's move on, shall we? Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something? Oh, yes, of course. What is it? If we can be forever 21, I believe in forever newlywed. Well, if a couple genuinely loves each other very much, they can be newlyweds for their entire lives. That's what I believe. Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so... It seems like you don't believe our testimony. Is it right? Is it? Well, out with it! What? No! Oh no, it's really not that at all! My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw! I remember every last detail, everything, like... Oh, I know! What about the books the man dropped? I could tell the names of every single one! I could! Every single one! And you dare to question how reliable my testimony is? That will do, Mrs. Beat. No, it won't do at all! That Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of! Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think for a minute that Rolly will! I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please, put your husband's fists down. She's holding his fist. She's like... But perhaps you would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Mrs. Beat? Might that appease you? Even the judge doesn't know what to say. Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely. Wouldn't it, darling? He's dead. I could even tell you the names of the 4 books he dropped at the scene. Wait. No. No. I accidentally clicked. Okay, but like, he only bought 3 books. That's the thing. So you're saying that there were 4 books? That's right. I remember all of them. The picture of Munzel somebody, what's it yearnings, a meal for someone, and the thingamy something. Bruh. I'm sorry, Mrs. Beat. But there is a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours. Excuse me? Oh no! What? What flaw? Simply that, at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4. What? This is the receipt from the bookshop where the defendant bought his books. Your books? Yes, and it details Mr. Natsume's purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed. Only 3? But no, that can't be! I remember seeing them. There were 4 books, I tell you! 4 dirty old books! Oh, really? Have a good look at this photographic print of the scene of the crime. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. As you can clearly see from this evidence as well, there are only 3 books. I only don't want to be a maze of pity. The guy, he has a strong wife. That's all that matters. Do you know? Do not think he's even aware. Yeah, he's just sleeping. You know? But I just don't believe it. I saw them there. I swear it. I saw them. No, madam. I'm afraid your powers of observation cannot be relied upon. Grrr. So it cannot be denied that though you say it was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! He looks like he's having a headache, you know? It's plainly evident that it is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my learned Nipponese friend. What? What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running from the scene. A fact that you know very well you have no hope of disproving. So you have striven to avert attention from that by dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair? Ugh, he sees right through me! But your plan has somewhat recoiled against you. What are you talking about? It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. To the policeman's wife and her entirely accurate testimony in every respect. Oh! Well, I don't know how to pity in the situation, lol. Oh! You see, the matter is not up for debate. At the scene on Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found. But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books. Quite right. Only 3 can be seen in that print. That print? You mean to say? There's more. Eat! Stop that! Allow me to present another, one that shows the victim's hand. Sir, please. The lion's Isn't... Wait, isn't that the book? Isn't that the book that Mr. Gary Depp owned? Bruh? Nani? I don't believe it! It's the 4th book! As you will observe, the 4th book was hidden from view in the original print by the victim's torso. No! And the plot thickens. And the plot thickens and my will thinnens. Rest in peace, guys. Order! Order! There, you see? You see? Look at that! Look! Yes. It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling? Yes, sir! Patricia's always right, sir! Habs Recoy! Welcome to my stream. Let us study the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. Mrs. Beat, the titles once again, if you please. Oh yes, of course. The picture of Mademoiselle somebody or other. The picture of Mademoiselle Lecoq. What's it, yearnings? Canterbury yearnings? Lol? A meal for someone. A meal for Gaborier, in fact. the court has just heard, the witness remembers the book titles flawlessly, save for a few minor details. What do you mean flawlessly? She remembered none of the important details. Stop it, Fan 6, you're cracking me up. That was not flawless at all. Do not insult literature like that, Fan 6. Just because it's likely you didn't learn it doesn't mean... Fan 6! You terrible person. I feel insulted as someone who studied English literature. Mrs. Beat's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional. Did you hear that, Raleigh? The gentleman paid me a compliment. Yes, sir. Flawless, sir. Patricia is flawless. But there are only 3 books on the receipt, and Mrs. Beat mentioned 4. There's nothing surprising about that. Clearly the 4th book is that which is shown in this photographic print. I'm sorry, counsel, but does that not seem odd? Why should the 4th book be omitted from the receipt? It's not odd at all, my lord. As the photograph clearly shows, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, it belongs to the victim. The victim was holding her own book? I wonder, what became of that 4th book? Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers at Scotland Yard. I have it here as evidence. Give it! Give it! You will submit that and aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, counsel? My pleasure, my lord. Ah, his beautiful bow. Ah, Fan 6. Okay, let's go. Sheep down bad. No, what makes you think I'm down bad? You know, I'm just appreciating his animation, okay? Okay? It's nothing else. The prosecution rests. I have nothing further to add. Okay. Let me see. It's a book entitled The Lion's Pride. I'm afraid I don't know any English literature at all. Then what did you study, Ryu? What the hell? So it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute. The Lion's Pride? That's strange. I think I have heard of a book by that name before. And very recently too. The sound of salivating and movement of objects after you comment him bowing. Whatever do you mean? What is a judge's favorite part of a meal? Oh shit, I forgot how to read that. Horse devo? Ho devo? I forgot. Anyway. And a little break between trying to question my deduction, which was just a meme. How do I know which ones are memes? I'm not a very meme person. It's a title I recognize too, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh! Oh! It's burnt! It's burnt! That is what I'll tell you out. Shh! 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 Do not speak. Shh! Oh, look at this! The book has been badly burnt! You're right! You'll never be able to read it in this state, especially not the latter pages. What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently. A book recently damaged by fire. Why does that seem to raise a red flag with me? Okay, got it. Can we open it? Like, open... Nothing, right? I don't think there's anything else before the, like... I think that's the most notable thing about this book. Okay, that's done. I mean... There's nothing of note. I don't need to magnify anything, honestly. That's what I'll tell you out. But Rock is is handsome. Look at him. I mean, I know he's clearly not straight, but still. Girl can dream, okay? A girl can dream of someone to ship with Barack, alright? What? You seem surprised, my learned friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. Hey, not saying their tastes are bad, just it was obvious to see it. I'll try my best not to be obvious then. The spurious longer route to the accused's lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination. Futile? I walked right into this, didn't I? You see, everything was said is true. Isn't that right, my darling? Yes, Pat! Marry me, Pat! You're already married, though. Is that guy okay? That slap. Slap? What do you mean slap? That slap? Hehe. So perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider their positions? Should the court waste any more time on this Nipponi's travesty? Never mind. Travesty? Yeah, okay. Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already? I'm losing my English, guys. GG. You have heard all of the witnesses and seen all of the evidence. This trial has run its course. Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid we're in a terribly precarious position. I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, I could very well just make matters worse. Think, Ryunosuke, think. What do you do now? Shit, we can't wait. If we wait now, they're gonna freaking decide and like raise an objection. I figured. Let's go. Raise an objection. We can't wait now. We can't afford to wait. I'm not done yet. No, my learned friend. It's over. That last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast. There's no more room for debate. Well, it might be over as far as it's concerned, but... I can't think of what to say. If I may, Lord Van ZIEKS, it seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point. Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed. For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene at a moment like this, a rude... Oh... I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you will have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential and her opinions invaluable. Mr. Naruhodo! How dare you disrespect my girl Susato? Yeah, okay, how dare you disrespect? One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance, so the court will hear you, madam. Beautiful. Riz, baby. Go ahead, Miss Susato, please. Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further? Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished. I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you? Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think? It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. She poggers. Hi, Zayak. Hello, welcome. Yes, you see me pogging right now, baby. And of course he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So you must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible. Yes, I understand, and thank you, Miss Susato. This is it. Susato-san has managed to win us one last chance here. I can't let it go to waste. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord. Oh, he's angry. Van ZIEKS is angry. Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers a profound insight into this case and has hitherto been overlooked. There we go, baby. The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book, found in the victim's hand. We have already discussed the fourth book at length. Other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance has been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know. Yes, I'm afraid, counsel, I must concur the prosecution on this matter. What? When I afforded you this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. It does! So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You all identify this clue at once. Do I make myself clear? Oh, yes, my lord. It's, Mr. Naruhodo? I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence, which means you may very well be on the right track. Yes! I think you might be right. So, counsel, precisely where is the vital clue to this case which this fourth book conceals? Kokoda! I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What do you... Good gracious! It's been burnt to a crisp! So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It is undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing. Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my Nipponese friend? Oh! I need to take more pictures, honestly. Were I to concede the point, if it bears no relation to the case, there is nothing to discuss. So should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day? Pray, do enlighten us all. What truth does this charred book hide? A charred book? There is just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. It's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. Alright, I'll explain my theory. Don't keep us waiting any longer then, counsel. Explain this theory of yours. What are you suggesting that you can ascertain from the fire damage this sorry tome has suffered? Its owner. My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the book's owner. I beg your pardon? But we already know who the book belongs to. The victim was gripping it in her hand as she fell to the floor after all. It's obviously hers. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand has yet to be answered. Oh my gosh, I don't like the conclusion my mind is drawing now about how she got killed or like how she got stabbed, but like... I will have to see the rest of this case. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand has yet to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers. Good gracious, how can you possibly? Very well, I'll play along with this futile attempt delay your inevitable demise. Futile attempt. Lamau. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry. Ori? Alright. Alright. Never mind. Counsel, the defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial. So tell the court, who do you claim is the owner of this burnt book? How old is he? He's 32. He's not that, like, young. John Gutty Depp. Kurae! It was me, guys. She stole my book, so I stabbed her. Well, I guess you gotta go to jail now. The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. A certain Mr. and Mrs. Garideb. The landlords? 32 is old. On the older side. I didn't say old, you know? And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but... Of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Mrs. Garideb herself. Oh my goodness! Me? I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garideb's wife. I'm his maid. Things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense. Alright then, how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garideb's house? I would never presume to know all of the books he keeps, sir. I'm old. Oh my back. You gotta go, oh my back. I don't go to jail. You have to go to jail, sorry. This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say? You implicate this hardworking member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable. This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stepped on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Garideb's house. Now please, I'll do anything. Okay, you gotta pay for my PC upgrade. I'm just kidding, please don't. Good lord, what sort of incident, counsel? Excuse me. A fire, my lord. Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride. Ooh, he looks absolutely scary now. Nice. And then we like make you ramen for lunch and leave some of your favorite sushi next to the mouse in front of PC. Oh my gosh, I love food. Thank you. I like food. Thank you. The Lion's Pride. By Jove! The very same title as the subject of this debate. Oh dear me! This is risible. All you've told the court is that the book by the same name was involved in a fire. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime. Bribery to see right in front of me? Kiko, unless you're saying you can bribe me better. Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Write me fanfics. What fanfics? Fanfics you wrote yourself? Oh? Not by me, definitely. Ha! Then I don't want it. I don't want it. Either you write it or I don't want it, Kiko. Huh? Without going into details, it appears that Mrs. Garideb was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Garideb even amid the flames. Oh, how awful. I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love. Can you, Rolly? Absolutely not, sir. My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir. Was writing can eat one or not? Yeah, so I guess you won't be bribing me anytime. What kind of fanfics? Oh, you know, the kind where, you know, when two people love each other very much, you know? I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm pretty open to most kinds of fanfic. I really like reading deep dives into like a single relationship and stuff. It's a bit hard to describe like what my tastes are. It's a bit hard, yeah. The sussy kind. I'll have you know I write fanfic too, okay? I have high class taste. I'm just kidding. Okay, write bubble tea instead. Do you even know what my current bubble tea tastes are, huh, Kiko? Huh? Fanfics where eggs become scrambled eggs. What a description! What do you mean? Eggs become scrambled eggs. One of these days, I'm gonna write fanfic on stream, and then you guys can see. Guys can see my taste. I'll just lemons and limes. Kiko, you're just exposing how old you actually are, Lemao. Do you guys remember the times when we call some citrusy stuff like lemons? We're like, it is a lemon. I read in a lemon, you. You're writing stream poggers. If I write fanfic, I'm not sure I can I can have it on Twitch without putting like the not safe for work filter up. Just saying. Medium 80-50% sugar, less ice apples. I can't believe you actually remember it. That's kind of the default, but at the same time, I think I mentioned it the other day, but like my country just put into place something called the Nutri-Grade rating, which means that the amount of sugar put for every level. So that means if your sweetness is 25%, it is this fixed different bubble tea shots being like, the 25% is enough. The other day I bought 25% for like chrysanthemum milk tea. It tasted like water. It tasted like paint water. Oh my gosh, I've never felt so disappointed in my whole life. I gotta go for a minimum 50% these days. Just let me have my sugar in peace, Jesus. But anyway, let's continue. Don't remind me of the Liho collab. Oh god, Liho changed their entire menu recently. I have yet to find my favorite one back. Hello? Had all my favorite old novels in that case, but as soon as the fire got a hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Just take 200%. No! The fluffy one, I took 300. You can go above 100%? What the hell? Guys, Kiko is the kind that takes a lot of sugar, so like, if you're gonna bribe someone with sweet things, Kiko is the person you're going for. And the wife started hurling things at me. There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books incoming, 10 to the dozen, 10 to the dozen. Punch. You asked the staff? Oh my gosh. Okay, sure. But why would you even ask the staff if you could multiply 100%? Why? Okay, so I'll make some medium milk tea 50% sugar less as opposed to drink off the sweet collection of cakes. Yeah, sure, why not? And 300% really just tastes like 100%. I will be a bad BF husband though, spawning and fattening my girl badly. You know, I heard that people say having a thick girl is like good stuff. You don't want them thick thighs, right? Hey, thick thighs saves lives, remember? And if you want me to save your life, you have to make me thick. Woo. The man had his back up against the window and he had burning books thrown at him. Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book was thrown through a window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime? Oh, you were told it was tasteless. I would have told you it was tasteless too. It was so sad. I don't mind as long as you're happy and healthy. I see, alright. Bubble tea is really good, but I don't have many shops around me though. Then it's time to make your own bubble tea fluffy muffin. Back when I was craving it so badly in the UK, There was like one grand total of like one bubble tea shop in town, and it was so expensive. So my friend and I decided to make our own. We had no choice. It was not too bad. Yeah, but don't put too many tea bags in. You're not gonna sleep for like 2 days. Anyway, continuing. No, a thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident. And there is no report of the Garrideb's window pane being broken. That's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Garrideb household. But is it not conceivable that the window was open at the time in... Not even remotely! Let us not forget the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. If they did not cost like 8 to 17 euros, 8 to 17 euros for one bubble tea? I would try, but bro, 8 euros is like food for the week. Bubble tea is usually not that cheap, I admit, but that's still really expensive for your cost of living. Alright, you live in a low cost of living area. That's really a lot. Excuse me. Does the defense postulate this scenario in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garrideb's wife? I believe it's a possibility, my lord. Maybe I should make one solo. Yeah, do it. That's quite enough! Oh, she's scared. She's angry. I know. Well, I hope that everyone can see you for what you are now, you little foreign trickster. You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward. Yeah, I can literally buy a beef steak and side dishes for that price. Oh, I want a beef steak for like $8. Damn. When your drinks would cost twice the amount you would get for food. No! Really? Claiming that our little tips set the whole neighborhood alight. Honestly. Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? It has nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name. No, I assure you that was never my intention. Dragging the upstanding citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense. I should box your ears, that's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable. Too right. Here we go. How long have we sat here now listening to this Nipponi spouting out his fancy foreign theories? But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache, and he ran away from the scene too. I do declare you're right. It's true. Yes, what did I tell you? Makes sense to me. Huh? Sorry? What's that? DD. Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van ZIEKS? In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then, one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage. A man of culture. No, wait! The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been... Ah, there's the foot, there's the foot, there's the foot, guys! If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them in your own time. What's a predilection? Oh, I got it correct. Study them on your own time. I sense cap from this man. This man is obviously a top. A man of culture and broken glasses. And broken hopes and dreams. Ryonosuke. What? No, forgive the discourtesy this time? In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
Yuzai!
Yuzai.
Yuzai!
Yuzai.
Yuzai! Yuzai!
Right. I Okay, gg.com. Thank you for that unambiguous response. That's twice now. It's over. Good morning, Dells. Good morning. Mr. Naruhodo, don't give up. Mr. Sato? Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet. You're not suggesting? Of course, the defense has the right to another summation examination at this point. You could still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance. My lord, the defense has to exercise its right to a summation examination. You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve? I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. This is no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Time to use the power of law and anime and the power of plot armor. Plot armor. To be continued! Woo! Good job, guys. Good job. Very good job. Very, very good job. Oh man, it's not even midnight. 11:37. Let's go! Good chance to pause. That's right. Good chance. Oof. That was intense. It is very intense. Oh my gosh, yes. It is indeed very intense. Oof. Plot armor best hacks. Yeah, that's always the best hack, isn't it? Time to use the power of press scumming. Yeah, but oh my gosh. I think I should kind of wrap up today because I'm like, I don't think I can handle it if there's another part that's like what, 3 hours long. I would die. I would absolutely die if there was another 3 hour long part. And these parts seem to be really long, you know? Like some parts can reach like 4 hours. We hear the yawns and the tired stretches. Sleep, need sleep. I do, and I have a fanfic I need to finish. Okay, I'm at a really, really difficult part of the plot, and I was supposed to upload it sometime this week, but like I don't think I'll be done by then. Every part is like 3 to 5 hours. GG. This one was like 2.5. It's still not so bad, yeah. Resting is important. It is, isn't it? You guys also should rest. Which then cranky and drama. I have no idea what you're talking about me being drama. Mr. 7 Hour Dreams. Have you seen Naruhodo dancing YouTube video? I did. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Was that in Yakuza? Yeah, I missed the 7 hour streams too, but that was in the day, and that's like when you're free. You're rarely free these days, Kiko. Yeah. Dame yo. Stop it! Now you keep making me think of Kuroda and by extension Ray. Yamada. Amayadori, sorry. I keep thinking of Amayadori, stop it. I said Ray, but then you guys would think of my Ray, not my Ray. It's another Ray. Yeah, but that was a very funny video. That's right. Okay. So guys, tomorrow I'll be taking a break. After all, I did stream 3 days in a row, and that is actually surprisingly really taxing. So please allow me a break tomorrow. Yeah. Glad to catch you, Miyori. Not many chances to ask you how life's treating you lately. Thank you, Colin. Thank you for dropping by, even though it must be difficult. Yeah. But you know, I'll try to stream more as usual, yeah. Also, we'll try to work something out. So, yeah, we'll try. Okay, we'll try. Yeah, we'll try. But most importantly is that Kiko, you get enough rest as well. May, thank you. I will have a good rest. You have a good rest too, okay? You have a good rest too. I know me talking into your ears for like a few hours straight can be a bit tiring, so... Yeah, so the next stream will be on... When's the next stream again? I legit do not remember when my next stream is. I post a schedule and then I forget. This is terrible. I need to stop doing that. Okay, my next stream is on Friday. I haven't decided what I'm going to do on Friday. So be surprised, guys. It could be anything from another TGA stream to maybe a drawing stream to maybe just me talking your ears off with Hitmate. Whatever it is, you leave it to me, all right? And Saturday is, of course, our Overcooked collab with Mint. Just take note that the collab with Mint will start at around 10 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. So I will see you 1 hour later than my usual time, all right? Thank you for stream, Queen. She made my morning pretty enjoyable. Oh, thank you, Rigumi. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Got the energetic tone. It's kind of refreshing to hear. Hey. I'm glad. Yeah. I know, you guys, some of you say that my voice is comforting, but I don't know. It seems like it's very subjective. It's like, how can I be chill when it's an energetic tone? I don't get it. But as long as you guys like it, then I have no complaints. Yeah. No Steve stream tomorrow. What time to start working on Mio visual novel? You have a Mio visual novel? I want to see it. Okay, please tell me when you're done. Yeah, but either way, for all of you on YouTube, thank you for coming. For all of you on Twitch, please do not leave. I will send you guys off to someone else, okay? Okay, so don't leave yet. All right, yay. Thanks for the stream. Good night, Restaurant. Your voice sounds good. Thank you, Ruka. Thank you. You as well, too. Okay. Energetically true. I make Karina. Okay, guys. I'll put the rate message and then I'll say goodbye, okay? Yadi. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.